All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex couches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures in ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And today on our Quickie, we are going to be diving into a couple of anonymous lifestyle confessionals. One is about obligation and awkward energy, and the other one is about jealousy when the attention gets heavy.
Yeah, both of these came straight from our 100% anonymous confessional on our website, www.beyond-monogamy.com. So if you got a story, a struggle, or whatever you want to tell us, if it's one of those what just happened kind of moments, hey, send it in. We like those.
I like those.
Yeah.
And make sure you're following us wherever you're listening, especially on Spotify, so you don't miss any of these quickies.
That's right. So with that, let's go ahead and get into this first one. I'm going to go ahead and read this word for word
Read it.
as it came into our confessional. Most of the LS sites have a place where you can enter where you'll be that weekend. I noted on our profile that we were going to a lifestyle hotel in Palm Springs. That was it. Just a broad, we'll be here, maybe we'll see you kind of thing. A husband sends me a message at 7 p.m. that had a bit of frantic energy, confirming that we would, if we would really be there. When I said we would, he said, okay, we're heading there now. They were 3 hours away. Mind you, we have never conversed with this couple at all prior to this message. Our entire conversation consisted of me confirming that we'd really be there. They got to the hotel and tracked us down at the hot tubs. He had messaged when they got there asking where we were. There was no attraction for my husband and me. The dude was too pushy and hyped up. I suspected drugs. And his wife just sat there quietly in the corner of the hot tub, not making any eye contact. Plus, by this point in the evening, I was tired. The guy was pissed when my husband indicated that we weren't a match, but he didn't push it. We skedaddled back to our room and was like, what the fuck was that? The lesson is never feel obligated to play with someone no matter how far they've driven to meet you. The other lesson is have the man be the one to tell the other husband that there isn't a match. They are way less likely to argue. My husband would take the other husband aside and say, sorry, guy, the wife just isn't feeling it. It makes for a smooth exit. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I totally get it, though. I think I've had people travel just to say hi to me.
Yeah. Well,
and this was before even like moving here. Like, I think we've had people even when we were in our other town, just because they knew I was at a bar, like working or something, they just go.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's the thing about it. So that's kind of starts me off because we have had the conversation about how far you would travel for sex.
Yes.
Now, you would not travel very far. I said I would travel at least 3 hours, but that's for guaranteed sex.
Yeah.
I wouldn't travel for possible sex.
Yeah.
And especially not 3 hours.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So that right there tells you that this person is already, they've got high expectations.
Yeah.
They've got expectations that they're going to show up, they're going to play.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that couples can make when they're new in the lifestyle is that we just set up a date with somebody. We're going to get lucky tonight. And it's like,
oh, yeah, no,
bro.
That is not even the case ever.
No.
I really feel like, and I'm going to say this loosely, okay? True lifestyle people, for the most part, know you're not going to get lucky on the first hello.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going to say that like true because we've been in the lifestyle for 15 years. I've been in it a little longer than that. And never, ever did I ever think, ooh, I'm going to get lucky. My partner before Adam always thought that. Always
Really?
thought I'm going to get lucky. And I was like, yeah, no, yeah, not.
And I know that that was a source of contention when you guys were together,
Yeah.
and you guys would meet other couples because the
Yeah.
couples always just wanted you and wouldn't really pay attention to him.
Yeah. And I mean, the
I
thought is hot.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
thought of going and meeting up. I mean, when we first started, we would go to a party that was about an hour away from us.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been really cool to kind of hook up that night. Did we leave with like disappointment? Maybe sometimes. I mean, I don't know.
I've never gone in with the expectation of playing with
No.
others, unless
Yeah.
it's been like a date with another couple, and we've had already talked about, oh, well, we're going to get a hotel or whatever. Like that's
Yeah.
already been talked about. Then I may have that slight expectation of, okay, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But going to a party, going to a club, going to a place where there's several couples and things like
Don't
that,
go in with
I've
expectations.
never had an expectation of, man, this couple we've been talking to, we're totally going to bang them tonight. No,
No,
you
like
can't think like
never.
that. Now, anytime we go any place, I always do have the expectation of you and I playing.
Oh, yeah, of
And
course.
so that's a given. And
Yeah.
that's what I told some friends of ours who are new to the lifestyle, is that you don't have to play with others to
Have fun.
have fun. Like,
Yeah.
we go to the club, oftentimes you and I are the only ones that play with each other, and
Yeah.
that's it.
And
Like,
that's it.
we
Like,
leave by the end of the night. You know
and
what I mean?
we're happy with that.
Now, does that make us less lifestylers?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No. And then the other thing I want to touch base on is she says it's easier for her husband to be the one to say no, they're not interested or the wife isn't feeling it or whatever.
I disagree.
I want to say it depends on your couple. It depends on
Yeah.
the person. Like here, I'm the one who is okay with telling people, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it.
It's just a personality thing
It
on our
it
part.
is.
Granted, I can look like the big scary guy when I'm crossed and I get upset. Yeah, people can back off, and I know that there's a lot of guys who will respond to that. But if you ask me, my wife is 10 times scarier than me, and most men and women, if you cross her, will be scared of her more so than of me. You know what I mean? So and I don't like to hurt feelings. I
Yeah.
don't care to be the heavy. I will if I have to, but my wife just has way less fucks to give.
Yeah, I
You know?
just don't care. Like if I'm not feeling it and well, first of all, if I see that the expectation that they think there's an expectation and I know that there's not, I will squash that expectation within seconds of knowing that they have an expectation.
Yeah, you'll purposefully
I
not
will
sleep with somebody just
exactly
to prove a
just to
point.
prove a point. That is so true. I am that bitch. One, it's my choice. It's not your choice. It's my choice. And my husband is gonna go along with whatever I feel or am feeling that moment. Only, I mean, I give him respect, but I'm saying like you go along with. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not
Oh, I
feeling
support you.
it.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not doing it, and I'm so selective that that's our thing. I think
Yeah.
everybody can figure their own, maybe your husband is better at that than you are. And
Yeah.
that works for you guys. I
And
mean,
that's why I said it could be just a personality thing,
yeah,
because
exactly.
because I don't disagree with how you put that. I know that a lot of men are more accepting
Yes, with other men.
of other men
Mhm.
saying, okay, yeah, no, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
They maybe won't press up on the subject as much. But my wife has an amazing attitude that she can fling at people, and she's frankly better at it than I am. And
Yeah, you're a sweetheart. You're very and you
I
don't
am a pretty nice guy.
yeah,
I'm a pretty
and
nice
you
guy.
just don't like to hurt feelings. If he knew that you drove 3 hours, he'd be like, "Guess I'm gonna give her the dick."
I'd be like, "Damn, you drove 3 hours?
Okay, I
Well,
guess.
I guess I can overlook the looks. Just
Yeah.
I'll give you 3 hours worth as
Yeah,
far
no.
as about as
Oh,
good as
full 5 minutes. That's
I'm
so sweet.
hey, I triple my time." Yeah, I mean, that is a really good one to come across though,
Yeah.
because this is this is where you run across people who have a really amazing fantasy about
Mhm.
what this lifestyle is like.
Mhm.
And it goes back to fantasy versus reality. The fantasy of it is this guy probably said, "Oh, wow. So they put that they're out there. So all we gotta do is show up and we're sealed in the deal." You know what
What?
I mean? That's how some people think. I know it seems crazy, and there aren't probably some of y'all listening that are like, "I don't see what's wrong with that logic. There's something wrong with that
There's a
logic."
lot wrong with that
There's something
logic.
wrong with that logic,
Let me
guys.
tell you.
There's something wrong with that logic. It's you can't expect things like that. It is the fantasy view of the lifestyle. It is
Mhm.
not the realistic
Mm-mm.
side. Now, are there people who are exceptions to that rule? Absolutely. There are people who are purely down to fuck. They don't care who it is with.
Yeah.
But usually those people are very open and upfront on their profiles or whenever you strike up a conversation with them,
Mhm.
they're normally pretty forward about it. People who are very down to fuck and just want anybody will be very vocal about that.
Mhm.
But those are few and far between, or is it
Yeah. Few and far.
or is
Yep.
it far and few between? Either way, they're
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah.
They are rare.
It's
And so that's really the realism of this, is that you need actual chemistry. You need mutual
you need
chemistry.
something.
You need something.
These people said they didn't even have a
They
conversation
didn't
with
have a
them.
conversation until that
I'd be like,
person reached
who
out.
the hell do you think you are?
I think that's pretty presumptuous.
I mean, no.
I'm all for, we welcome everybody to hang out with us and that sort of thing. But
Mhm.
hanging
Don't expect you're
out,
gonna get any.
hanging out and having sex are two different parties, my friend. And yeah, there are some people who have a leg in both, but there are some people who only have a leg in one. So,
Mm.
you just can't expect things. You can't have expectations. It's horrible. A lot of people do. They brought up the frantic energy and suspected drugs.
Yes.
I hate to break it to you guys, but that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
happens a
Yeah.
lot.
It does.
And it is a turnoff. I understand it. I'm not on that side of things, but I get it. There's people who want to stay up all night and party all
Mhm.
night, and they want
Mhm.
to be able to last as long as some of the younger people, and whatever it is.
Mhm.
But know that there's a lot of people that don't partake. Oftentimes, if you come across this wild-eyed energy, that's going to be kind of a red flag sometimes.
Immediately.
Yeah, you're
I think
probably not off about the suspecting of drugs.
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Homie drove 3 hours.
yeah, 3 hours, and his wife had a far off look in her eye. Well, she
Nah.
obviously wasn't on the drugs, but, you'll run into that a lot, unfortunately, the
Mhm.
altered states. I mean, we know that people drink, and that's one way to loosen up, but there's just something about the idea of going to party and having fun. And I've heard of ecstasy being passed around and different things like that. Hey, what works for you guys, hey, good for you.
Good
But
for you.
there's a lot of us that does nothing for us. If anything,
No,
it turns us off.
it 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 does. It's instant unattraction.
Yeah.
Like, it's not sexy. No.
And then, to round about the fact that the wife was kind of distant in the hot
That
tub,
tells you so much.
it's mismatched energy. So you've got one
Mismatched.
person who's really excited, which is usually the guy.
Mm.
And then you've got the wife who's kind of, sitting back and not really into it as much. That's very telling.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that major red flags. I mean, that all of
Major.
that's just
Mhm.
riddled with red
Yeah.
flags. And, people can read that story and go, "Oh, well, I recognize one or two." And that thing it's a full ass red flag from the moment that he messaged without any previous conversation,
Yeah.
and ended up traveling 3 hours. Like, forget it. You got a stalker on your hands,
Block.
and, yeah, and and they kinda give murdery vibes. That's not good, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just filled with red flags. I think that was a great confessional to have on our show
And
because
good call not playing with them, like, good
yeah,
call. At least you saw the flags and you didn't participate.
yeah,
So, good for
yeah.
you.
And you know what I've just realized is Being able to say, "No, I'm sorry, but I'm tired."
Yeah, it's
I
really
mean,
smart.
it's smart because we normally don't, even if we're tired, if we feel bad or if they're, like, really good friends, oftentimes we'll be like, "Oh, okay," even though we're exhausted, we'll stay at the club another hour or whatever,
Yeah.
because we're those kinds of people. But recently we realized, you know what? It doesn't hurt just to be honest about it and say, "I'm sorry, guys, but we're really exhausted."
Yeah.
And people will understand that. And if they don't, they're not for you. So that tells you
Bye
everything.
bye.
Yeah. Tells you everything right there. But lots of lessons to be learned on that
You
one.
know, it's you wanna vet who you're talking to anyway,
Oh, yeah.
because what if that person could have been anybody, could have been some, I don't know, psycho person, like you said,
I mean,
stalker.
you really don't know who you're
You
dealing with.
don't
And
know,
this is
so
such a
it's like
large, and anybody can get on a website
mhm,
and do a profile. And there are a lot of things that we have to do that keep our own safe, because a lot of these websites provide safety up to a point. But when you share your location and things like that, you got to be like we do it,
we do.
primarily because we're podcasters and we do a lot of traveling. And
Yeah.
trust me, the thought has crossed my mind where it's like, well, we're
Oh,
inviting everybody to your birthday party.
I have I know I have. I'm sure I'm sure I have at least one, but
Really? I don't have any stalkers.
homie, don't come at me.
I don't have any stalkers. I'm doing something wrong. I don't
Yeah.
have any
Oh, I'm
stalkers.
oh,
I need to get better at
please.
that.
You got stalkers.
Right. Anyways, a good lesson to be learned, though. Definitely
Yeah.
don't play with anybody unless you've vetted them fully. And obviously, this was a situation where there was no vetting at all. I would have been definitely very open and honest about why we are not choosing you.
Yeah.
And I would have listed
Yeah.
all of the different red flags. Yeah. So you definitely want to vet as much as possible.
Mhm.
All right, now let's talk about something that hits a lot closer to home for a lot of couples.
Ooh, oh yeah, this next one, it's real.
Yeah, let's read it. So here we go.
Okay.
I have been with my partner for a few years now, met in the lifestyle, and have had an incredible time. However, as a woman in the lifestyle, I'm sure Pris knows what I'm talking about. I get a lot of attention. I love the feeling of being wanted and lusted after. Who wouldn't? However, I find that sometimes this turns my partner on, and sometimes he gets really defensive and jealous of the attention, regardless of whether it ends in playing or not. Would love your insight about the balance between honoring his feelings and enjoying that attention. Should I shoot down anyone who looks my way? Should I tell him to get over his feelings? What would a compromise look like?
Yes, get over your feelings. Just kidding.
Y-
I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Do you really?
I know I know, like she said, the attention. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a lot of
But
unwanted. Yeah, but yours is
but
unwanted attention.
yeah, I don't want it. We make fun of each other because
I want it.
he wants
I
attention.
want
Well,
attention,
he grew up
but I don't get it.
I was a spoiled child. I had a lot of attention growing up. I wasn't that I'm not lacking that. Not to say that you are, right? I'm just saying I'm not lacking that at all. Like I don't take compliments very well. I don't need you to give me attention. I don't if I want to be the center of attention, I'll make myself the center of attention. So yeah. When I want it, I'll receive it.
Yeah.
I used to have an issue with not getting attention in the lifestyle.
Yeah, and it took me a while to realize that this is a woman-centric
Mhm.
lifestyle. I mean,
Mhm.
and once you realize that, once
Mhm.
the guy realizes that, then it becomes a lot easier to maneuver because, yeah, every guy has that initial feeling of, oh man, I'm going to get in here and I'm just going to have pussy falling off of trees.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they walk into a room and it's crickets. Meanwhile, their wife, who sometimes wants the attention, sometimes doesn't,
Mhm.
walks in and, they don't even have to look their best. And they've got like five guys tapping them on the shoulder going, "Excuse me, can I buy you a drink?" You know what I mean? So
It is.
it can kind of screw with you.
Of course, I'm sure it can. I mean, I think his feelings of inadequacy or jealousy is normal. You just have to, as I think you just have to take care of your partner in certain ways. So,
It's a lot of
a lot
reassurance.
of reassurance on your part that it's just something that you like. It doesn't mean that you're not liking how he's feeling, but that, that you like that attention. And it is it's a woman's world and the lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have your way as much as you
Yeah.
want. I think that
But you don't want her to minimize
no, no,
that.
no,
So, I mean,
but also her feelings are valid too. And so this is really, I wouldn't call it a compromise, more so as it's just a really, really, it's something that both of y'all have to come to an understanding, you know.
mhm.
So you have to really play more of a role to him in reassurance, so that he can feel better about y'all's relationship. The more he feels stronger about y'all's relationship, the less he's going to feel that jealousy. I mean, the jealousy will always be there,
It's
most likely,
always, yeah.
but you know, it takes away. There's a security there that you
Yeah.
feel, and it's like, okay, well, this is not bad. The other thing would be that where he needs to work on is he needs to is that all of the men in this lifestyle are dealing with that. This is normal. This is absolutely normal. Now, it's not just the men that are dealing with that. In our situation, it could be considered opposite.
Mhm.
If you talk to Pris, it's opposite. If you talk to her, she's saying, "Oh, well, he's getting all the attention and I don't really care for it, yada yada yada." And so where I pick it up is I reassure her.
Yeah.
I constantly am reassuring her. I'm texting her throughout the day. You know, I'm telling her how I miss her. I'm telling her how I love her. And it's not bullshit. It's not lines. It's just me talking to my wife. It should be a natural part of a couple's day is
And if
just to
it's not
reassure them.
and if it's not, make it. This is your homework. Make it a priority to just show a little bit more affection, a little bit more understanding. Not that you're not, but just give it more and reassure him like Adam said,
Yeah.
it's just a little bit of you are hot. You're
Yeah.
sexy.
I mean, you know, you guys most likely are already thinking it. You're just not saying it out loud.
Yeah.
And maybe you are, you know, and really, if there's anything to take away from this is that we don't actually know what your situation is
Yeah.
behind closed doors. So we're saying all this stuff. You could probably be doing all this stuff and
Lay it
we don't
on
know
thicker
about
if
it.
you're doing it.
Lay it
Lay it
on
on
thicker if
thicker.
you already do
If
it.
you're
Yeah.
not doing it,
Overdo
do
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
overkill. Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. Just
Yeah.
overdo it.
But
You know,
he does need to know. It is a woman's world in the lifestyle.
there are men's support groups, as silly as it may sound to some men.
Yeah.
There are men's support groups for the lifestyle. Other men can talk about these things and you can find out that you're not the only one. Like I said, I'm not a jealous person, but I've dealt with this a little bit myself. You know I was pretty sour for the first couple of years
Mhm.
because I was like, what the hell? Everybody wants her. Nobody wants me. Why the hell
Mhm.
would I do
It
this?
was hard. It
Yeah, it
was
was rough.
really hard.
It was rough. It's bad on the ego. It's bad on,
And and
everything.
as his wife, it makes me feel bad because I'm like, he's amazing. How could people not see it, you know? And not that y'all are unattractive or anything like that, but women are also shallow.
Yeah.
I mean, we're shallow. It's it just takes a lot of little band-aids, a lot of little caressing.
And it's gonna be give and take, and it won't
It
be perfect on
is.
its first go around.
Yeah.
This is something that it takes time.
It
So where
does.
we're at in our relationship has taken time.
Yeah.
You know, nothing was ever perfect overnight. We had to really it was give and take. There were times where we got into small little arguments about stupid stuff, and then we
Yeah.
had to talk it out and worked it out. You know, it just if it doesn't work right away, just know that you're not failing.
There you go.
There's more to it than that. If you're even trying, then you're successful. It takes time for things like that to
It
stick.
does.
You know, we all were kind of raised to be jealous creatures. It's kind of how life is when you grow up in cities
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
people. Everybody's jealous about everybody.
And I want to say what something really will help is like a little exercises before going into an event, before doing something. He loves to watch people hit on me. Loves it.
I'm a fan.
I don't know if he loves it because he doesn't know what reaction I'm going to give them
That too is entertaining. But yeah.
or what it is, but maybe talk about it. Maybe talk about before going, "Hey, we're going to go to the club this weekend or we're going to go to the club tonight. I'm going to wear this outfit. I might get a little bit more of attention. How would you like me to handle that? Do you want me to stay on your arm for a while? Do you want to be the one to kind of push me along?
Yeah.
What steps will help you be more successful tonight in your feelings?" Like,
We have really actually had those
yeah,
conversations before we got into a house party or a
yeah.
club or whatever.
So you
I've
like watching me get hit on. I
I
do not
do,
like.
but I know that you don't.
See?
And like a good example of this too is, Priscilla's birthday party is coming up. And I just asked her yesterday. I was like, "Look, it's your birthday and, we're going to be at a lifestyle club. We're going to be around a lot of people of which I would enjoy having sex with, but it's not my party. It's
Mhm.
not my birthday. So I want to know, should this be a night where I purely focus on you and I'm by your side and I don't have any fun? I'm just there to take care of you or partake in whatever you want. Or can I also have, my own little things on the side as they come up, if they come up? They may not, but if they do, would that be all right? And there was a time where I wouldn't have even asked that
Yeah.
because I would have just assumed it's all good. But sometimes expectations of what we want to do, and we don't fully think of our partner in those kinds of situations.
Yeah.
And frankly, if I thought about myself on the night of her birthday, I could see that unraveling in not the greatest of ways. And so I was like,
I
this is
am
a
a
conversation
needy
worth
bitch.
having. Yeah, this is a conversation worth having because
Yeah.
she is not a fan of me getting hit on all the
Mm-mm.
time and stuff like that. And so it's like, well, it's gonna and if it happens, is it something I can act on, or is it something that I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to tell him, hey, sorry guys, but let's aim for another day on
Yeah.
this. So we got that conversation out, and you know what? It was painless and it worked out great. We now know, and those expectations are set going into that.
Mhm.
It's a matter of having those conversations, just
Yeah,
having those
especially
little
if you already know that
conversations.
he's already feeling that way sometimes, then yeah, I would definitely have those conversations a little bit more often, especially before any events.
I try to set expectations with you whenever we
Yeah.
go places. Like early on, I used to tell you, look,
Yes.
we're
And
gonna
so
go
and
into
so and
this
so is
place,
gonna be there
and so is gonna be there, and they're probably gonna be on me, or there may be some women who are gonna be very flirty with me in person. How are you go I know you don't care for that. How would you handle it? How are you gonna start getting this in your head now because
Mhm.
more you're prepared for it, the less it feels like an aggressive shock when
Mhm.
it happens in front of you. You're kind of expecting it.
Yeah.
And then, like Pris, I told her, hey, just roll your eyes and walk away. That's all you got to do. That's kind of her thing now.
It is my thing.
It's just close your eyes and
But I
walk
also have
away.
lots of friends around, so I'm like, if you see so and so with so and so and, just go and grab him. You go squish and make out with them.
Oh my goodness. You know what's funny is that is totally true.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
that's horrible,
I
but
mean,
it's okay. I mean, I
But
ain't got
I
no
think you're
problems.
you're doing great. At least y'all at least know he's feeling that way, and I'm glad that you love the attention. That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And just talk to him about it. It's something that you like. If it was the other way around, would you be supportive? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
talk.
Definitely try and treat him the way you would want him to treat you.
Yes.
So if you can sit back and go, okay, well, I'm him in this situation. How do I want him to handle this for me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then work it from there. I think that would work. I got to tell you, we love these confessionals.
I know. I do.
They're so real. If you've got one, head to www.beyond-monogamy.com and submit it. It is 100% anonymous, unless you're like some of these people who like to message me and let me know, hey, I left a confessional. It's supposed to be anonymous, guys, but it's all good.
They love that.
I love you guys for doing this anyways. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And while you're on that website, you can check out all of our episodes, the video clips, the blogs, and of course the merch. And yeah, the confessional tab.
And don't forget to check out our events tab on that same website. March 14th. March 14th. What are we doing
Uh-huh.
that day?
First of all, it's March, so it's my birthday month.
That's right.
There's balloons falling. Y'all just don't see them. March 14th is my birthday.
That's
Why
right. We are
we're celebrating
celebrating.
my birthday. My birthday's the 15th.
That's
So.
right. We are celebrating Priscilla's birthday on March 14th. That's a Saturday at Club Eden in San Antonio. The event is open to the public, but you do need to purchase a Club Eden membership to attend. So remember that it's not free.
Yes, it's not free.
Yeah. So grab your membership, get your tickets ahead of time through Club Eden's website. You can get all that information on our events tab.
Yes. And Swinger 101 is happening at Forbidden Fruit in Austin on Sunday, March 29th from 6 to 8. So, guys, y'all can sign up for that. All the details are where, babe?
forbiddenfruit.com/workshops.
There you
because
go.
this is the Swingers 101 workshop we're taking.
I love it.
And so it is an in-person only event. So you either got to travel to be with us, or if you live in the area, come out and scope us out, because we can have some really great conversations.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it could last.
Yeah.
Also, you can catch us on fullswapradio.com every Thursday at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central Time. And folks, with that, we thank you for listening, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.